So John and Rachel, and we are jagging around again one more time with the guys from
two of the guys from Tiger King. You're so
All right, John Reinke and Joshua Dial, you're with us again because in a couple weeks you guys are coming to Pittsburgh, November 18th, to the Carnegie Library and Music Hall here in, is it West Homestead, I believe.
It is. But listen, in Pittsburgh, if you've met someone and you've had a short conversation, you're friends. So you guys are our friends now because we've sort of talked a little bit enough about the behind the scenes stuff that was going on. So we're fast friends. We can't wait to see you come in, but we're going to kind of rapid fire a couple things because we feel like we are on top of our Tiger King trivia.
Right.
Somewhat.
And then maybe we'll have you teach you how to say the phrase "you jag off," which is a term of endearment.
It's not that word.
John Reinke, you were the zookeeper. Joshua Dial, you were the in charge of the gubernatorial race,
yeah.
Which is so cool because it's so crazy to think like. Now, did you have to believe in your candidate? Did you believe in your candidate? Like when we watched the show, we watched the show and like everybody loved him at looking.
And I felt like you knew what you were doing. And I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to think this guy's a good candidate. What is happening?
Honestly, I'm just really good at politics. And we were just no, baby girl. We were just winging it the whole way. I'm not gonna lie.
My God.
I'm not gonna lie. But I'm a quick learner, and like about the middle of the campaign, we were getting traction. We were in debates. We were in forums. I had him sitting in debates next to who is now our governor in Oklahoma. You don't get that a lot with crazy people like Joe Exotic. That's the hard part of running a campaign is saying, they say, oh, Joe Exotic's going to be there. Nah, I think I'll pass on this debate because it makes them look illegitimate if they're sitting next to a guy. I remember, there's many stories I could tell of debate times. I remember one time Joe always wore his tasseled jacket and he had lifted his hands up, standing up, and the governor of Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt, standing right next to her. And he tweets on his phone, I'm being assaulted by the tassels on Joe Exotic's jacket. and that is now Governor Kevin Stitt. So
there you go.
We both, we really didn't know, what we were doing, but by the end we did for sure.
You know that he was running for president too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for 2020, he already had all the stuff bought to run again in 2020. The pins, the shirt, ads, all of that.
Oh yeah, my God.
Oh,
we were ready to go. We were ready to go for 2020.
You guys would have been invited to White House parties. That would have been crazy.
So speaking of crazy, okay, who was crazier? Because think about it, as we're watching, right? We weren't on set. We're just kind of the bystanders seeing the whole thing unravel. So who's crazier, Jeff Lowe, Carol Baskin, or Joe?
Joe.
Oh, Joe. Yeah.
Joe.
Fast.
Oh, look at you, loyal to the core.
Now, did you guys know Doc? Was he nuts? Like he?
Oh, Doc.
He was that. When you first met him on the show, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but when you first met him,
have you watched it?
You may have not, but he seemed like he was kind of normal. Then the next thing you know, like, oh, he's real creepy at some point.
Doc was in control all the time. Doc has complete control of his life, and he knows what he wants, and he's focused on which way to go. Some of his beliefs are a little different, but other than that, everybody's got different beliefs everywhere.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. And it seemed like there was truly a passion or caring sensitivity for animals, at least with him,
Yeah, I feel Doc loves his animals.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got that. But to John's point, there were points, because like Josh said, it was not a documentary. It was obviously like you're hooked episode to episode, like what the heck is happening next? And your mind did go from, is this a good guy? Is this a bad guy? Like you really didn't know where you stood watching it until the end. And then you're like, that just happened, so.
I believe season 2 is going to tell more about the Doc Antle, what's going on with him.
Okay.
Carol's still fighting him, and so is all the animal rights groups. And the latest is Trouble for Elephant Ride. And,
yeah, sure.
You got to know the laws. You got to know the rules. You can go ride an elephant at a circus, but you can't pet it because it's illegal to pet it.
Is that right?
So, the laws are kind of jacked up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, I do agree with Reinke that the laws are jacked up for sure. I think there's somewhere in between private animal owners and animal rights. I'm definitely not an animal rights person. I know y'all just saw my 2 puppies licking me to death because they just got up, but I think there's a happy medium in between where we can make sure there's free and fair regulation, fair treatment of the animals, and at the same time not take people who are not only love their animals but damn good at taking care of their animals, like Reinke. Let them still have their liberty and let them still have their animals. I'm not one of these people like Carol Baskin that just wants to see the end of all zoos. Shit, I'm planning on going to the zoo this weekend. I love zoos. I love animals. Now I don't agree with cub petting, but I'm not going to go join PETA or go lobby on the hills of Congress for it. I'll have other hills to die on.
Right.
I'm a gay liberal atheist who has a medical marijuana card. I've got enough bullets coming my way without having to worry about adding animal rights people after me. I should say, and I'm all that in the middle of Oklahoma. So
yeah, right. Once you were done with the whole political race, you moved on to the property. Did you then have any kind of animal responsibilities or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've got pictures in my phone of like baby lemurs. They'd bring them in the office. We get to feed them like little bits of fruit and stuff. And got pictures of him in like a Christmas vest and stuff. But no, not really. I didn't really mess with the animals. Closest I got to the tigers was like shooting videos for Joe. I'd stick the lens through the fence, and it was always scary because there was a couple times where I wasn't keeping an eye out like I should, and all of a sudden I say, "Woo, tiger!"
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that was actually going to be a question for John. Don't we want to know, like, what was the scariest thing you've had to deal with, or some kind of moment where was even crazier than being on the set of Tiger King?
You probably don't have enough time.
I'm sure. I
mean, when Steph got her arm.
Yeah, her hand. Yeah. Hand off. Yeah. And, I wasn't on property when that happened.
Right.
But that mess up too. But yeah, that was probably the worst thing with Saf. But as far as personal wise, me and Joe got attacked by a tiger. We were trying to put in a cage. And, Joe ultimately ended up taking a helicopter ride. I didn't. I got a pretty good chance they're not going to get me because from below the knees, pretty hard. So I was protected. Joe didn't quite make so good. So yeah, I've had some pretty close calls.
John, so real quick before we let go, because we know again you guys are coming to Pittsburgh on November 18th.
We'll be in the front row.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But real quick. You lost your legs in a bungee accident. So not only are you involved in this other stuff, you lost your legs in a bungee accident?
Well, actually, I used to bungee jump professionally, and I got on a zip line. And we were testing a zip line, and it failed. So I lost them actually from a zip line.
Oh, my God.
I fell 50 feet, landed on my feet. And I got some other problems. I mean, I got some stuff going on. But, yeah, I'm good, though.
John, you're still smiling. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to meet you guys. And again,
thank you so much for the time. Yeah, it's called Uncaged, right? And so there's a cast of you coming, and we get to hear the untold stories from the cast of Tiger King. And you guys, who is the MC?
Todd McComas.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
And everybody that comes gets to ask questions. We try and answer everybody's questions, no matter how stupid they are or what people think. Yeah, it's let me tell you, it's a blast because we get some pretty good questions.
I'm sure. Yeah. What's the one question that Pittsburgh should not ask?
Did Carol do it? Everybody knows she did.
Right. Right.
Don't wait.
That's so funny. All right. So again, November 18th at the Carnegie Library Music Hall, thanks to Drusky Entertainment. You can get your tickets at librarymusichall.com. John Reinke, Joshua Dial. Thanks so much for jagging around with us.
It's been fun jagging off with you guys, and any fans that are coming to our show, make sure to bring some of that quality Pennsylvania cannabis.